Second one, would the president pardon or commute his son if he's convicted?
So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear and I said no.
Perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
Secondly, his son, Hunter, is also up for being sentenced next month. Does the president have any intention of pardoning him?
We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
Again, you've also said several times that the president would not pardon or commute the sentences for his son, Hunter. I just want to make sure that that is not going to change over the next 6 months. The president's saying he would not.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no, and I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
Second one, would the
No. He will not. Nah, he will not do it. Wait a minute. But he did do it. What? He actually did do it. Let's check out one more reel.
Remember when Joe Biden said no one is above the law?
No one. No one is above the law.
Also
Except the
remember
president.
when Joe Biden said on multiple occasions he would not give his son Hunter Biden a pardon?
Have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
Well, late Sunday evening, White House press
Oopsie!
release.
Wait, what? He did? So shady, brother.
Did just
So
that.
shady.
Joe Biden has pardoned his son Hunter Biden on his gun convictions and his tax convictions. Hunter Biden was facing up to potentially 25 years in prison after sentencing on his gun crimes alone. He did not
But he's not gonna face it because he's the son of the president. Okay, all right.
pay over $1.4 million
So bad.
in taxes. But now, a lot of people are saying, well, of course, his father's the president. This is one of his last acts. Of course, he's going to give his son Hunter
So
a
shady,
pardon, which is
brother.
indeed exactly what he did.
And this is exactly what you're gonna remember about this president. The last thing that he did. Great.
But Democrats better remember this the next time President Trump goes ahead and pardons someone.
And I will not pardon him.
Yeah. They were like so scared how many people, convicted people, Donald Trump is gonna pardon. And this is, oh my God, I can't believe this. All right. So if you are interested in, let me just fix this just 1 second. There you go. What did Hunter Biden do and what is a presidential pardon? You can check out this article as well. So for gun ownership as well, he was also awaiting sentencing after pleading guilty in September in a federal tax case that centered on whether he paid enough taxes from 2016 and 2019, as well as he became the first child of a sitting U.S. president to be criminally convicted in a case relating to his gun ownership. Interesting. And I quote what Joe Biden said as well. I said I would abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him. Joe Biden, June 2024. And here we go today. They got a lot of backlash. So the White House defense pardon of Hunter Biden amid backlash. Oh, no shit, Sherlock and every other detective. Like, that is so shady. So shady. Republicans have lambasted the move, with President-elect Donald Trump calling it an abuse and miscarriage of justice. Preach it, brother. Exactly. And apparently they did that because they believe that Donald Trump is gonna go after his son, after Joe Biden's son. So they said, Miss Jean Pierre said Biden believed Hunter was singled out because of who he is, and that they, the president's opponents, would continue to go after his son. This is why the president took this action. So that is their defense, because they wanted to protect him. But protect him of what? He was already convicted 25 years for these felonies that, like, how much more they would have gone after him. You know, like, he already did it. He was already sentenced. What could Donald Trump have done about it? I don't know. Yeah, let me be clear. Apparently, this is their defense. This is a father and a president I love how they added the father first before the president, so they can like get us in the feelings, you know. Who did not only what was right by his son, but also did right to basically correct what I would consider a wrong. Where is the wrong here, guys? Can you inform me more? Where is the what is going on? President Biden was disingenuous this entire time when he said that he would not pardon his son. A pardon was the plan from the beginning, but President Biden misled the American people because he, then Kamala Harris, were in the middle of an election. He was too busy to deal with this situation earlier because they were in the middle of an election where they needed the votes. They did not get the votes. So now the truth comes out. Interesting. So he didn't do that earlier because he was waiting for these elections. Effing shady, brother. Like, it cannot be more shady than it is. Well, there is one more thing we can watch about it. Let me just fix this. There we go.
President Joe Biden has decided to pardon his son Hunter.
Yeah, the president's son was facing possible jail time for gun and tax convictions before the pardon, which is something Biden previously said he wouldn't do. Let's get right to Good Day's Robert Moses. He joins us in studio with more on what this all means. Robert, good morning.
Tashani and Dan, good morning to you. Hunter Biden had long been in the throes of addiction, but in a statement yesterday, he said he has been clean for more than 5 years. Now he has
Good for you. We're so proud of you.
a clean slate, thanks to his father, who, after insisting he would not pardon him, made a jaw-dropping reversal.
And I will not pardon him.
Not even 6 months after uttering those words, President Joe Biden reversed course and issued a full and unconditional pardon of his son Hunter, which wipes away his convictions for illegally buying a gun, which a jury convicted him of in June, and for tax evasion, which he pleaded guilty to in September. The charges in his cases came...
Imagine like even pleading guilty and then you just you just go home. Everything is fine.
about only
No
after
problem.
several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election, the president said last night. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong. In his own statement, Hunter Biden said, "I have admitted and taken responsibility for my mistakes during the darkest days of my addiction, mistakes that have been exploited to publicly humiliate and shame me and my family for political sport."
Seriously? Everybody then can say that. Everybody can do the same thing. Just because your family is famous doesn't exclude you. All right? Like, this makes no sense. You did commit the crime. Whether they exploit it or not, you did do it. Don't do it, then they will have nothing against you. They will not be able to touch you if you haven't done anything wrong.
I will never take the clemency I have been given today for granted and will devote the life I have rebuilt to helping those who are still sick and suffering.
He will not do any of those. He will do it just for pictures, news, whatever. And to be honest, if you get, like, I feel like his father did him wrong here, because there is a possibility that in these type of situations, they might commit the crime again because they got it easy. They got out of it. They didn't get any repercussions, and they will do it again because they didn't feel the burn.
President-elect Donald Trump
But who
called the
cares about
pardon
that, right?
such an abuse and miscarriage of justice, and
That
he
is
invoked
so
the
true.
rioters who stormed the Capitol on January 6th, 2021, at least some of whom he has promised to pardon. Hunter Biden's pardon came one day after President-elect Trump announced his pick for FBI Director Kash Patel, who has
Interesting.
vowed to exact revenge on the president-elect's foes. This is hardly the first time an outgoing president has pardoned a relative. Bill Clinton did so for his half-brother Roger, which erased drug offenses, and President-elect Trump pardon his son-in-law Jared Kushner's father, Charles, for tax evasion and other offenses. On Saturday, the president-elect nominated Charles Kushner to be U.S. ambassador to France. What's unique here is that Hunter Biden's pardon follows strenuous denials from both the president and the White House press secretary that such a plan was in the works.
I've been very...
Do you really think presidents should have this power? I mean, I do understand they do it to protect themselves because everybody is going after them and they want to protect themselves and their family members. But it does disrupt the justice, and you think like, oh wow, if they can get on with it, like they can do something like that and pardon people and not admit that it was a mistake. And like, who are they to preach it to other people as well? Like, it does definitely feel shady.
Very clear. The president's been very clear when we've been asked this question.
And now a reversal. President Biden granted clemency to his son for any offenses, quote, he has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period from January 1st, 2014 through December 1st of 2024. So that's nearly an 11-year period. And that wording,
Wow.
those dates, appear to head off any potential prosecutions in the future. So that's significant. Dan and Tishani, back to you.
Yeah, he did it basically to protect him.
All right. Robert, thank you for that report.
I hope the guy didn't kill anyone in the I know I'm laughing about it, but this is really sad. Let's see what the comments are saying. Should be illegal to pardon your own family members, especially with crimes committed at that level, and especially if they admit to the crimes. I would understand if they would go after your family and then you know that your family didn't do that and you just want to protect them in that way. But if they even admit it, if they said that they're guilty of doing such a thing, they need to be convicted. They need to pay the price. Like, they need to be the example for other people that they should not do that. You know, like, honestly, this is really bad. This is what true privilege looks like in today's world, and it has nothing to do with gender or skin color. It's about class, wealth, connection, and power. This shouldn't come as a surprise. So every person charged with Hunter charges should be pardoned? Interesting. No one is above the law. I thought that's a thing. Apparently presidents in America are.